Russian forces pound Ukraine's Donetsk location. Kyiv. Ukrainian forces reported heavy Russian shelling and tries to improve on numerous cities within the JAP place of Donetsk that has become a key focus of the near six-month war, but mentioned that they had repelled many of the attacks. The General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces additionally suggested Russian shelling of more than a dozen towns on the southern front, particularly the Kherson vicinity, mainly managed by Russian forces, however, where Ukrainian troops are regularly shooting territory. Much attention has been centered at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in southern Ukraine amid fears of a catastrophe over renewed shelling in latest days that Russia and Ukraine blame on every different. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for the status quo of a demilitarized area, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has warned Russian infantrymen who shoot at Europe's biggest nuclear electricity station or use it as a base to shoot from that they will end up a unique goal of Ukrainian forces. The Zaporizhzhia plant dominates the south financial institution of an enormous reservoir at the Dnipro River. Ukrainian forces controlling the cities on the alternative bank have come below intense bombardment from the Russian-held aspect. The International Atomic Energy Agency, which seeks to check out the plant, has warned of a nuclear catastrophe unless preventing stops. Nuclear specialists worry combating may harm the plant's spent gasoline pools or reactors. Zelensky mentioned Ukraine had regularly proposed extraordinary formats to the Russian leadership for peace talks, without progress. So we have to guard ourselves, we ought to solution each shape of terror, every instance of shelling, the fierce shelling which does no longer allow up for a single day, he mentioned in video feedback overdue on Sunday. Fighting in East, South Kyiv has mentioned for weeks its miles-making plans a counteroffensive to recapture Zaporizhzhia and neighboring Kherson province, the most important part of the territory Russia seized after its February 24 invasion and still holds. Ukraine's Navy Command mentioned early on Sunday that Russian infantrymen had persevered unsuccessfully to assault Ukrainian positions close to Avdiivka, which, considering the fact that 2014, has become one of the outposts of Ukrainian forces close to Donetsk. Ukrainian Navy professional Oleg Zhdanov mentioned the scenario became mainly tough in Avdiivka and close-by cities, inclusive of Pisky. We have inadequate artillery power in location and our forces are soliciting for greater assist to guard Pisky, he mentioned in a video posted online. But the city is largely beneath Ukrainian control. In the neighboring Russian-occupied location of Luhansk, in the grounds below an abandoned, charred condo block, Lilia I. Talatini, 48, watched on as her mother's body became exhumed from a makeshift grave to be taken to a cemetery for a proper burial. Talatini informed how it had taken her 10 days to attain her dad and mom condominium, which turned into at the Russian-held side of the city of Rubizhne, in the course of heavy fighting there in March. Mother turned into already dying, her fingers have been blue, her complexion become sallow, there had been circles below her eyes, she stated.